Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life.
Hey guys, today I have Dara Tomasson with me, and we are going to talk about a lot of different things. We're going to talk about business day. We're going to talk about quilting, life coaching, a little bit of everything. Dara and I have not caught up for a while. Like, we see each other on Instagram. We see each other in passing in conferences that we both teach at, but we haven't seen each other in real life for a long time. So this is actually super fun for us. And you guys are getting like our secret, what we would normally just talk about, the two of us. So do you want to introduce yourself a little bit? Tell everyone what you're up to, what you do.
Yeah, so my name, of course, is Dara Tomasson, and I live on the beautiful island on Vancouver Island in Canada, which is absolutely beautiful. You can go surfing and skiing in the same day. It's amazing. And I am a professional long arm quilter turned life coach. So I did professional quilting for quite a few years, and I was teaching. So I taught at Riley Blake. I taught across Canada. I taught at international quilting shows. I'm an author. In fact, I have a new book coming out in September called Doodle School, because I believe that everyone can free motion quilt their own quilts. I think that's just so much fun. And then just as life, and we're going to get to that, life just happens. And now I am a life coach for quilters. And I specialize in helping quilters lose weight and to create more joy in their life. So that is what I do full time now.
And who doesn't want to do that? You know, that's so amazing. And we haven't caught up since she started this life coaching bit with all the quilting stuff, which is so fascinating to me. So I do want to get into that. But before we do, will you tell us, like, how did you get into the free motion quilting bit of it?
Great question. So I think one of the biggest reasons I wanted to free motion quilt is because I'm 6 feet tall. And so to find clothes that fit me and things that fit me was really hard. So I, at a young age, started to sew for myself. So I love fabric. I love making things, and I love being unique. And so giving gifts, even, I was like, I don't want to just go buy something for someone at a store. I want to like make them something. And there's this like code in my heritage that if someone got married or had a baby, you had to give them a quilt. And that was like who I wanted to be. And so I just started making quilts, and I would tie quilts, and that was fine, but it kind of got a little bit boring. And then I started seeing all these beautiful quilts being quilted. And I thought that would be something maybe I could do. So I started with a walking foot. And actually my first free motion quilting book is Walk, Jog, Run, because that is a great place to start quilting. So I got really good at using a quilting foot, but then I had a daughter. So I have 4 sons and 1 daughter. And I thought, she doesn't need straight lines on her quilts. She needs pretty things.
I'm glad you thought that for your girl, but not for your boys.
Yeah, I was like, it's fine. Straight lines are fine for them. And so she is now almost 17. And so when she was born, I started to try and got courageous and had courage to start doing some fun designs. And so when my youngest son was 2, I really, really had the bug. And I quilted for people actually on my domestic machine, because I taught I taught quilting classes, and then I would do all my own free motion quilting. And then the ladies in my class saw how pretty my designs were that I just did on my domestic machine at my kitchen table. And they wanted me to do the same. So I started kind of quilting for people by accident. And so after a while, I got sick and tired of spray basting. And so I said to my husband, hey, guess what? Let's get a long arm. When you get a long arm, either it's an expense, it's an investment. And so I thought, well, people already paid me to quilt their quilts. And I did that on my brother 1500. So then my business just really exploded. And because I actually was a school teacher for 10 years, so teaching is really fun for me. I love doing it. And so I started teaching women how to do the same thing.
That's amazing. Kate, tell us what kind of long arm you have. I'm not a long arm expert by any means. Those of you who are listening, who are way into quilting and you know all about it, I think this is like nerdy, junky stuff, like where we're like, okay, what do you have?
I know, because like my domestic, I don't even call it domestic. I'm like my brother 1500. All of us are like that, right? All of us are sewing machines. It's like we all know the names, we all know the numbers. So I actually started out with a gamel that was an 18-inch throat. And because I'm tall and I literally have long arms, I outgrew that machine very quickly.
I wish you guys could see her. We're stretching her arm out. It makes me laugh because my sister-in-law is 6'1" and my children are all 5'9", and so, or my girls are. So I love when she talks about being 6 foot, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not. I'm not shorter. I'm just regular, but like it just makes me laugh because tall girl problems, they are real. Yeah, and also awesome.
Yeah, I have tall girl shoe problems too. I have size 12. Canada doesn't have the same variety. So when I went to Quilt Market, when we met in Salt Lake, and I go to all the other quilt markets, I have a whole section in my suitcase for shoes. I also have a section for fabric too. But anyways, so my shoes
and fabric, it seems like the right combination.
All right. So then I got a Statler, which the Statler Gamel Statler is computerized. And I thought I liked the idea of that, but truthfully, I didn't.
You like to do it yourself?
Yeah, I like to do it myself. I was like, no, I don't want to. So I literally just sold my Statler 3 weeks ago, and I get my brand new one on Monday.
And what is it, a free motion one that you can just...
It is a gamel. It's a 26-inch throat, but it doesn't have a computer.
Okay. And so you're just going to be doing all your fantastic designs.
Yeah. Because I truly, and at one point when I was working for gamel dealers, and they were having me go across Canada and demo all these things and do all these quilt shows and everything, they wanted me to put my designs into a computer program and I could sell it. And that was kind of a fun idea for me. But honestly, the amount of brain juice I have I needed to like learn to do that. And that wasn't interesting to me. And because we only have so much energy every day, that was not anything I wanted to do. So I decided this long arm now has a new home where she is very happy to do the computer. That's all she actually wanted. And she's doing that. And now I get my very own long arm, which is going to be just for me to have fun and to play. And that's my creative outlet.
So you're not doing anything for anybody else. It's just you.
There are a few people that but I'm not going to publicize that because that.
But the bottom line is you're not doing it for hire anymore. Like it used to be that was a main part of your business, right?
Yeah, teaching and quilt. Like I did, and it was amazing. Like the custom quilting I did for people. And I got to the point where they literally could bring me any quilt and show me pictures and say, reproduce this, and I could do it. Like that was so fun for me. So that was like a big checklist on my bucket list. And I was able to do amazing things, and I love that. But now and that was great. And I'm very happy that I had that experience. And now I'm moving on.
But the way you're talking about it, I think this is the first time I've ever even thought of it this way, but it sounds like an art form. Like it feels like a really creative way to express yourself. And I don't think I've ever thought of any kind of long arm quilting as that. For me, it's like a job to get done. I enjoy it and I like to do it, but I don't think of it as like my art. But like the way you're talking about it totally changes my mind.
It totally is. And like last summer, I was, going through a certification. I had all these clients, and I literally put on a whole cloth quilt. I put a gray, like solid Kona, like the extra wide back, and then a white sheet, and I had yellow thread. And that was my like playtime. And I did a whole cloth, king size of feathers. And it was just my piece, my time. I put in my, I'd listen to podcasts or I'd listen to music. And that was my canvas.
I was just going to say it's like the fabric's your canvas, the stitching's your paint. it is a way to express yourself. It's an art form. So fascinating. I've never thought of it that way. And I love that. It sounds like you're really like utilizing it and expressing yourself in a way that's, I mean, it's just really cool and fun.
Yeah. And it's, and all of us can have it. So like, for example, with free motion quilting, going back to that piece is, you know, you spend all this time, I mean, and looking behind you, I mean, all your fabric, I love all your fabric. You spend all this time picking fabrics, picking the designs, picking the patterns, cutting it, ironing it, piecing it, squaring it up. And then you actually then get the joy of doing the quilting. And just before we met, I made this quilt with
I know. If you guys are on YouTube, Dara's going to show us. This is my Posy Garden fabric.
Oh yeah, I loved this one.
Look how cute. It's such a simple quilt, but what I like about it is that you do see all the machine quilting on it. Like it's so beautiful and you're seeing all these wonderful leaf patterns and that, oh gosh, whatever that is, I love it.
I broke it all down. This one was actually my way of learning to do feathers and also using rulers.
And when she's saying feathers, like in my head, I see like a feather, but it's not, it's like these loop-de-loop, along a little like feather. I can't describe it. Right? You'll have to go to YouTube and see it.
I know. Or you go on my Instagram. There's lots of pretty pictures of quilts.
Yes. Yes. So I love this. I think this is so fun. I think this is the first time I've really thought of it as an art form. And I think it's so cool. Here's the funnest thing, you guys. Okay. First of all, Dara, where can they find you? What's the best place for them to go do everything with you?
Instagram. Definitely.
Okay. Tell everyone you're
Dara Tomasson, and it's Dara.
Dara.
Yeah.
And then
Tomasson. You'll never forget it.
And you guys, I'm going to add that to the show notes so that you guys can click through and find her stuff because it is a fantastic feed. She also has all this wonderful things, all the life coaching stuff. And I've just been kind of watching her from the sidelines doing it. And it seems like such a cool part of her business. Do you want to talk a little bit about that before we close?
Totally. So what happened to me was, and I think a lot of us have this problem, is that we gain weight, and we lose weight, and we gain weight, and we lose weight. And it's just this constant battle, and we have lots of negative self-talk, and all of these things happen. And so when I moved here to the island, it was a transfer, and I left this beautiful quilting world and all these amazing things that I had going to a beautiful place, but I wasn't in a beautiful place in my mind. I felt like I didn't have a lot of choices. And so I was not in my best headspace. And I was fortunate enough to meet a life coach who is also a fabric designer from Riley Blake, Dina Reuter.
Oh, it's Dina.
Yeah, Dina, of course. And
Dina used to be one of my designers for Cartabella when I was the creative director there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And so she became a life coach, and we connected on Instagram, and I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was really unhappy. And so she taught me the tools. She taught me life coaching tools. And so after 6 weeks or so, I went on my way. I kept working on the tools. I kept losing all this weight. And I was actually 10 pounds lighter than I was when I got married. I didn't even know that.
Oh my gosh.
And I wasn't counting calories, and I wasn't exercising for weight loss. And so I was getting so much confidence. My business was building so much, and I was having all these results because I'm now conscious of my thoughts and living more intentionally and making all these dreams come true. And eventually I started teaching people how to build long-arm businesses. And so then I offered one-on-one coaching, and most of the ladies who hired me wanted weight loss because they had seen my transformation, and they heard me talking about my body in a way that most people aren't used to talking about their body in that way. And so I thought, well, I guess I could help people lose weight. And so then I had to make a decision. Do I go all in on weight loss or business? And really, weight loss is never about the food. It's all about the things we think about ourselves. And so it's been so much fun because I have helped women. Some women have lost like 90 pounds, like my 9-year-old. I'm like, you used to carry my 9-year-old on your back everywhere you went. No wonder you were exhausted and all of that. And I have other women that didn't have a lot of physical weight to lose, but the emotional, the mental baggage that they have lost is like a game changer. Like they are such different women. And so now what I do is I have a 12-week Love Yourself Thin, that's what I call it. That's philosophy of how we lose the weight and keep it off program. And then I also have a mastermind now of the women who now have taken them through, they've lost lots and lots of weight, and they want to take their life to that next level where they start dreaming and making their dreams come true. So that just started 3 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh. Well, just listening to you talk about it, like you seem so joyous about it, which you would be, right? Because you're really helping people. That probably feels amazing, right? So I love it so much. Kate, you guys go check her out on Instagram. I'm going to put her links in the description. Thanks so much for joining us. You guys, we're going to do another episode with her and we're going to talk about more about quilting, more about what she's doing, because it's like seriously so fun. And I want to hear more from her. Okay, guys, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.